The holographic display flickered in the dim command center, casting blue light across Anna's determined face. She stood before the tactical screen, her fingers dancing across the interface as she tracked the impossible numbers. 9,700 ships, the entire might of the Galaxy Council's Third Armada, descending upon Earth like a swarm of metallic locusts. They're approaching lunar orbit, Leo announced from his station, his voice steady despite the tremor in his hands. The young tactical officer had seen combat simulations, but nothing could have prepared him for this. 3 years ago, humanity had sent its first faster-than-light probe beyond the Oort cloud. 2 years ago, they'd made first contact. 6 months ago, the Galaxy Council had declared humanity a contamination risk and voted for Earth's sterilization. Anna turned to face the command crew, her expression unreadable. Status of Project Phantom. Online and ready, Leo replied, pulling up the schematics on his secondary screen. All 7,000 relay stations are operational. The quantum entanglement network is stable. The other officers exchanged nervous glances. Project Phantom had been humanity's desperate gamble, a technology so experimental that even its creators weren't entirely sure it would work. When the Council had given Earth 30 days to evacuate before the invasion, the world's greatest minds had locked themselves away and emerged with something unprecedented. "They're hailing us," the communications officer called out. "Council Arbiter Zixta wants to speak." Anna nodded. On screen, the hologram shifted, revealing a towering figure with crystalline skin and 6 manipulator arms. Zixta's translator rendered his words in cold, mechanical tones. "Humans of Earth, your time has expired. The Council has shown mercy by allowing your species to flee this world. Those who remain will be processed along with your planet. This is your final warning, Arbiter," Anna said calmly. "I speak for humanity when I say we appreciate the Council's consideration. But Earth is our home. We're not leaving." Zixta's form rippled with what might have been amusement. "Admirable. Foolish, but admirable. Your primitive weapons cannot harm even one of our vessels. Do you truly believe your 300 defense platforms can stop 9,700 warships?" "No," Anna admitted. "But we don't need to stop them. We just need to make you disappear." The Arbiter's confusion was palpable even through the hologram. "Explain." Anna smiled, and it didn't reach her eyes. "Humanity spent 3 years studying the physics of FTL travel. Your ships, like all Council vessels, use a quantum tunnel drive. You create a bubble of compressed spacetime and ride it like a wave. Very efficient, very predictable." Leo's fingers flew across his console as Anna spoke, initiating the final sequences. The relay stations around Earth's solar system began to hum with power, drawing on every reactor, every solar panel, every fusion core humanity had built. "What we discovered," Anna continued, "is that your quantum tunnels leave traces, signatures, and if you know those signatures, you can ... redirect them." Zixta's crystalline form darkened. "You cannot possibly project Phantom. Execute," Anna commanded, across the solar system. 7,000 relay stations fired in perfect synchronization. The quantum entanglement network that humanity had woven throughout local space lit up, like a spider's web catching the morning sun. It didn't attack the incoming fleet. It didn't fire weapons or raise shields. Instead, it simply rewrote the rules. The Galaxy Council's ships, each riding their individual quantum tunnels toward Earth, found their trajectories altered at the subatomic level. The mathematical coordinates that should have brought them to humanity's homeworld were changed. Not by much, just a few quantum states, a handful of decimal points in the fundamental equations of spacetime. But in the infinite vastness of the universe, a few decimal points was everything. On the tactical display, Leo watched in awe as 9,699 ships blinked out of existence. Not destroyed, simply gone, each one translated to a different random point in the observable universe. Some would find themselves in empty intergalactic voids, decades away from the nearest star. Others would emerge inside stellar coronas or gas giants. A few might even survive. Stranded and alone in the cosmic wilderness, only Zixta's flagship remained, caught halfway in its quantum tunnel, frozen in the web of Earth's making. "What have you done?" The Arbiter's voice crackled with static and something that might have been fear. "We sent them away," Anna said quietly, "scattered across 300 million light-years of space. By our calculations, it would take the Council approximately 5,000 years to recover even a fraction of those vessels. This is an act of war." "No." Leo stood from his station, moving to stand beside Anna. "This is survival. You declared war on us, Arbiter. We just chose not to die." Anna gestured, and the relay network pulsed again. Zixter's flagship shuddered as reality bent around it. Go back to the council. Tell them what happened here. Tell them that humans don't make weapons to destroy, we make them to endure. We'll be here on Earth where we belong, and if the council ever decides to send another fleet, she let the threat hang in the air, unfinished but crystal clear. Zixter's hologram flickered. The council will hear of this, see that they do. The flagship vanished, translated back to council space by the same network that had scattered its armada across the galaxy. As the relay stations powered down, the command center erupted in cautious celebration. Officers hugged, some wept, others simply stared at their screens in disbelief. Leo turned to Anna, his voice barely above a whisper. Do you think they'll come back? Anna looked out at the stars through the command center's viewport, at the vast ocean of space that humanity had only begun to explore. Maybe, probably, but by the time they do, we'll be ready. We'll be stronger, and we'll make sure they remember what happened the day they tried to take Earth. She placed a hand on his shoulder. Humanity doesn't conquer the stars by being the strongest, Leo. We do it by being the most stubborn. They wanted us gone. We're still here, and we always will be. In the silence that followed, Earth turned beneath them, a blue marble defiant against the infinite dark. 9,700 ships had come to end humanity's story. All but one had vanished into the void, and Earth remained.